We must always look at the original roots when it comes to anything. Why? The devil wants to stay hidden. The very word occult means hidden. Now, I want to mention here a new course that I just launched called Deceptive Healthcare: How to Identify the New Age in the Medical, Health, and Fitness Fields for Christians. So this information is more in depth in there, so go check that out. But here is a little clip of what the Hippocratic Oath is. Did you know that doctors have to take this Hippocratic Oath, and there's ancient roots linked with making vows and a spiritual contract with other gods? So what is this oath? The Hippocratic Oath is an oath of ethics historically taken by physicians. It is one of the most widely known oaths and significant documents known in the history of medicine. An oath is a promise. It's a verbal agreement in the spiritual realm, a declaration. In a nutshell, its original form requires a new physician to swear by a number of healing gods to uphold specific ethical standards. The father of medicine, Hippocrates, held high standards for treating patients and laid down these rules for all physicians to follow. Now, the Hippocratic Oath has been modified and revised several times. In 1960, the word utmost respect for life from the beginning were added, making it more secular. And although they tried to switch it over and over again because people were catching on, you still have to look at the root. Many will try to downplay this spiritual contract, believe this word doctor and physicians is in the Bible for a reason. Now, we even know that King Asa, what did he do? In 2 Chronicles 16:12 says, in the 39th year of his reign, Asa developed a serious foot disease. Yet even with the severity of his disease, he did not seek the Lord's help, but turned only to physicians. And what about the woman that was bleeding for 12 years? Mark 5:26 says, she had suffered a great deal from doctors, and over the years she had spent everything she had to pay them, but she had gotten no better. In fact, she had gotten worse. She touched Jesus' garment and believed he would heal her. After trying everything, y'all, I have been there and I've done that. I've ran to doctor and doctor for years, not understanding there was soul wounds in my soul that needed restoration, that needed healing with God. And I go more to this in my audiobook, Fear Not. We have to understand that we don't just live in the physical. We live in the spiritual. You have to understand that science and medicine don't look at that, but God does. I want to mention here that some nursing schools do the Nightingale Pledge at graduation. This is a pinning ceremony equivalent to the Hippocratic Oath. No, not all schools do this, but a majority of them do. Do you see a problem with this? When you research the ancient roots, you will be shocked at the medical professionals required to worship ancient gods of healing, bound by a spiritual contract. Covenants with other gods. Christian or not, when you take a vow, an oath, a verbal contract with demons, what does God have to say about that? Exodus 23, you shall have no other gods before me. Listen, there's a time and place for mainstream medicine. And I'm not saying to never go to a doctor or a physician, omit emergency care when you need it, but your trust should be in the Lord and Savior. He can certainly use doctors to help us, but it's your responsibility to understand the corrupt system, the hidden roots, and the behind scenes of the spiritual dimension. We have to remember Ephesians 6:12 tells us we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies. These physicians are pleading that they do not harm. Our health is more than the physical body. Let's not forget we have emotional, mental, and spiritual components to our health as well. Doctors are only looking at physical symptoms and images, things seen by the naked eye, not looking at the root, just masking the root with medications from symptoms. They diagnose disease for insurance reimbursement. Kickbacks are made from prescribing medications and send you off on your merry way. Pretty shocking stuff, y'all, right? Making spiritual contracts and vows with healing gods. Go check out that brand new course, Deceptive Healthcare. Learn to equip yourself, understand the spiritual realm and the new age blessings.